What makes this video you're about to watch so remarkable is how unremarkable it really is. But that doesn't mean it's not worth watching or analyzing. And the reason I say that is because I look at this as demonstrative of the average police-citizen interaction when there is a call involved. They don't all end in false arrests or use of force and violence by the police. And they don't all involve a rights violation, but here's the catch. They almost always involve an attempt to violate somebody's rights. Now, there's a fine line between when the police ask for something versus the police demanding something. There's a certain amount of, well, let's call it edginess that's involved with every interaction between police and the citizens. The police are concerned for their safety, but guess who else is concerned about their safety? Well, sure, the people the police are interacting with. And the reason that they feel that way, well, that blame rests solely on the shoulders of law enforcement. There's a dereliction of duty in the way that officers are being trained, whether it's academy level or field training, it doesn't matter. One of those is knowing when to disengage or how to disengage. They either can't disengage or they won't disengage, and it's for two reasons: their ego and the fact that they haven't gotten everything they want. Because the police always have to get everything they want. It's like little kids in a candy store. Their pockets are stuffed with candy. The little kid walks home, and as soon as he walks through the front door, he's like patting down the outside of their pockets, you know, the ones already full of candy, and saying, "Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to get my Bazooka Joe bubble gum with the cartoon inside. I need my Bazooka Joe bubble gum." What it means when a cop doesn't get his Bazooka Joe bubble gum means, I haven't got my hands on everybody's ID yet. How am I going to figure out if they have any warrants or not? Of special note is that the primary subject of the call, who happens to be an African-American man, is how calm he remains and how rational he is. He is superb. If I had to hold up one person as the role model how to interact with law enforcement in these situations, it would be the gentleman who took this video. He was a maestro. He did not give the police extemporaneous reason to ruin his life. As far as the officers are concerned, it's more than what they say. I mean, that's important, but there's more going on. Check out their body language, and in particular, look for those little side glances at one another. You know, of course, we know what that means. It's like, gee, I don't know how to violate this guy's rights. Do you know how to violate this guy's rights? Does anybody here know how to violate this guy's rights? Because we ain't got our sugar fix yet. And then you have the predictable inability to just professionally disengage. What we've got here is a failure to disengage. Well, sir, everything checks out fine. Sorry for the inconvenience. Here's my business card. If you ever have any questions, please call. And with that, we're out of here. Have a great day. For those who might have been timing me, it took me just under 10 seconds to properly and professionally disengage. Under 10 seconds is apparently too long for police academies and field training programs to instruct officers on how to properly and professionally disengage, which in many cases may be more important than how to properly and professionally engage. Simple message to police academies and the grumpy, burned out, know-nothing field training officers: do better. You need to do better.
The camera's on his door.
No, I get it.
He's looking at his work. So, whoever called, that's crazy as hell, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I know y'all doing your job, but
You want to call the
I'm
owner?
sitting here working.
You want to just call the owner just so we...
No,
You don't want to?
no.
Okay.
It's a waste of time. He's looking at me.
Why don't you call the owner?
Yeah, I would call him if I... Just
Call the owner so you guys don't get jammed up. We got to confirm.
Confirm what?
We got to confirm that you guys work for him. I mean, if it's not a big deal, just call him real
Yeah.
quick. Like,
Well,
hey, the police got called.
I'm not putting something on somebody's window for no reason.
Get your ID on you?
That makes no sense.
I know that, so just call him so we can confirm it.
I'm not. This is ridiculous. This is
You
ridiculous.
said it earlier, we got to do our job, right? So this
Right,
is
but
our job.
y'all, if this is a business, y'all should know how to get in contact with the owner as well, too.
What's that?
You should know how to get in contact with the owner. If this is a business, somebody says a burglary or something
So
going
you
on.
got your ID on you?
No, for what? Am I being detained?
Can I have your ID, please?
No,
We're
sir.
investigating something.
Now y'all investigating something?
Yeah, I mean...
First you said somebody called and said it was a burglary or something going on.
I don't know
That's
why you
that's
gotta be
another
so-
lie.
My man, I don't know why you got to be so difficult.
I'm not being
We're doing our
difficult.
job.
Me
You're
too.
filming
I'm
us,
working.
filming us,
Yeah.
like, my
I mean, because I know y'all got y'all cameras
My
on,
camera's
mine is
on
on
as well,
too.
but
All
you're
right.
kind of being, like, difficult right now.
I'm working, bro.
I
And
understand
y'all
that.
interrupting me.
I get it. Can I see your
So
ID?
I don't need to show you my idea. If I'm not being detained, I don't have a warrant or anything. It makes no
Investigating
sense.
a possible crime right now. I'm a burglar.
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't say that when you first came here.
Now I am.
Well, you're contradicting yourself, sir.
I'm not here to
Listen,
argue
sir.
with you, dude.
I'm not here to argue with you either.
I'm not here to be difficult with you.
Me neither. I'm just doing my job.
Listen,
There's
if
1,000 cameras on this building.
Listen, if you just
So-
call the owner, we can end this.
Yeah,
and you guys can continue
the
your
owner.
work.
Y'all
You're
can
the one
reach.
that's holding off your work.
Y'all can reach the owner. Every company, y'all can call the owner and say, "Hey, we have a burglary attempt at your establishment," and they'll come right here or they'll call. I don't need to do it. That's your job.
Gotcha, bitch.
If y'all ask who owns this building, I'm pretty sure there's a phone number down at City Hall or wherever. Y'all call him and verify that somebody's putting work on his windows. I'm gonna do this for nothing?
What kind of work?
That makes no sense. You're looking at it.
I don't know what it says. I don't know. Tense? Tense.
There you go. Yeah, I wouldn't just be putting this on somebody's window without their acknowledgement. That makes no sense.
Oh, no, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right.
We're just doing our due
But if y'all
diligence.
see that's what's going on, it's the name of the company. I'm here putting this on the window.
What's the name
What
of
am
your
I
guys'
doing?
What's the name of your guys' company?
I'm talking about this company,
Yeah,
Quality
what's the name
Motors of
what's
Western
the
New
name
York.
Who do you work for?
I work for myself.
What's the name of your company?
André Cordier.
You tits and stuff?
Yeah, I do everything. Tents, signs, business cards. Actually, want to call it America, y'all boss. He know me. The boss.
Stop.
The mayor. Yeah. Want to call him.
I'm not going to bother.
Oh, yeah, y'all. And I ain't going to bother the person I'm working for either. Makes sense, right? But if you call him, he knows exactly who I am.
I'm going to say something you've never heard me say before, something that maybe you haven't heard before. The reason this communication back and forth is going so poorly is because there are too many officers. This is what is compromised or even sacrificed. It's easier to talk to someone when you don't have 4 other people looking over your shoulder. At a minimum, when it's established that, okay, this is a good guy, there's no problem here, officers need to start leaving, but they just can't do it, even from one another. The average police officer doesn't know what it means to have a non-adversarial conversation with a member of the public. But guess what? It can be done. You just have to start doing it and learning how it's done. I'm going to get into this. I'm only going to say what I need to say without war stories. I worked almost exclusively by myself. If I didn't have the ability to communicate, I probably wouldn't be talking now.
He'll verify who I am. If you need to, verify who I am. All right. All right, we got to do 2 more, buddy, and be out of here.
Do those?
Yep, go do them. All the rain ain't hitting us.
They contact you.
Hey guys, let's all play a game of grab ass. What's grab ass? We just run around in circles and try to grab each other's asses.
There's a lot of other stuff going on in this city, man. Y'all over here doing this. This is ridiculous,
We
man.
got a call here.
There's a lot of guns, a lot of these kids, a lot of crazy bullshit going on, and y'all right here bothering me. Y'all got bigger fish to fry, man. Come on, man.
So we got a call to come here, so we're here.
Doing your job.
Doing our job, sir.
Y'all got bigger fish to
I'm
fry.
doing my job, right?
You got bigger fish to fry, I tell you that.
This could be
Bigger
a
fish to
burglary.
fry. Yeah, it could be. Check the doors. I'm pretty sure they all locked.
Gotcha, bitch.
Burglary. It's like work to me. This is crazy. Red man came to do the job, man, without being harassed. First somebody called, now it's a burglary. Hey, they measure them up, man. This is crazy. They having chips on their shoulder, man. City way too small for that. Yeah, they was called a mayor, man. He let you know I'm not a burglar. Y'all be out of here.
Contacting the owner.
Oh, y'all are? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Facebook get a load of this one. And we probably about to get it's a perfect cut too right there on half. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, that sounds fun.
of doing anything.
Well, I get that, but I mean,
We just
Stevie
wanna-
Wonder could see that we're working, and I don't think anybody's gonna put something on somebody's window without them knowing.
Right.
That just makes no sense.
Right.
If you agree, makes no
Yeah,
sense.
no, I get it.
You know what I'm
Half
saying?
the shit that we go through.
And I get it. I'm a black man over here. Somebody called and said, well, he said somebody called and said, there's something going on over here, but we're working. So whoever said something's going on,
You know the owner of the property, right?
if I'm working for him, absolutely, right?
So you're not supposed to sell them? Yeah.
Makes no sense. You know what I mean? I told him he can call the boss, he can call the mayor. He knows exactly who I am. He'll tell you guys you're probably wasting your time. And they don't want to disturb him on a Sunday.
If we were to call the mayor and be like, hey, there's some guy here.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
Who's the guy? Like,
Look, I don't want to mess up my video. I would have called him for you. I would have interrupted him on a Sunday just for that. I got the number.
it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know it's up to me. I'm just saying, it's just
You got your guys in front of the windows.
We know why that officer's there, but trust me, he is stifling the conversation.
He has a business. It's not working.
You haven't reached him yet?
No,
Can't reach him?
you want to call him? Can you call him?
Huh, I didn't see Officer Problem Child standing back there. I see he's still wearing a scowl, his gloves, and squared off. The officer who came over to do the de-escalation, let's call it, he wants to say things that now he can't say. The game of grab ass continues. This is ridiculous. You know why they're still there? It's not because they're going to be getting together later on for pizza. Of course, Mr. Gloveman's going to be doing something else that night. No, it's because they're still trying to figure out a way to arrest him. These guys.
I already tried on the phone. I don't know why.
Unless you want to get something up.
You're
All
right there.
right. All right, you too. Yep, thank you. Now they gone. This goddamn fucking faggot here got a chip on his shoulder.
There's something I want officers to remember before I close out the video, and it's this. How well a contact ends is largely determined by how well it began, and how well a contact begins largely determines how well it ends. But it never does end. When an officer disengages, let's say he leaves the people pissed off. What do you think's going to happen if another officer has to deal with those people later on? Something I'll bet the recruits aren't exposed to either at the academy or during field training is this, and it's critical. There is only the beginning of a contact. There's never an ending. A contact begins the first time somebody has an interaction with law enforcement. Whichever officer makes that very first contact with a citizen has set the tone for every future contact that an officer has with that citizen. Whatever the first impression is, that is what they're largely going to carry until the day they die. Good officers. When you hear someone say the bad officers are getting the good officers killed, just what the hell do you think we're talking about? And you should know better. Same thing with the police academies and the field training programs. You better start teaching this, getting this ingrained in those recruits. Bad officers make their communities less safe and the profession less safe. You go into the job voluntarily, you assume the risk. Guess who doesn't assume the risk? The people you serve.